Two things, and it's all to do with mix. The first thing is a really, really easy one, which is see that harmony guitar part.
Yes.
Get it down, man, because as soon as it leaves, it sounds like the solo's lost something. It needs to be not just audible, but pan maybe, and the main
pan. It's 10 to the left. It's like the lead guitar's here. Your harmony's sitting about here just now. What I thought, and it is too loud, probably. It's the same level, which means it's too loud. But what we could do is one of the other songs, copy it and have it panned that way. So the harmony's extreme left and right. So your lead's here. That's at either side down a bit. I don't know, maybe I put a wee bit of reverb or a slight delay on it so that when it stops, it just disappears slowly.
I think the solo...
I don't know.
I think the solo in general, is it still quite dry?
If it's dry, I've touched nothing. It's just exactly as
it sounds like maybe it needs a wee something, doesn't it, to fit properly in? Because it's quite a... That track, everything in that track is quite a raw guitar sound I decided to go for. And I thought... Not that I regretted it, I like it. It's not got a kind of, it's not got a real attack metal stuff, but I quite like the tone. But yeah, I just think it needs to be down. The volume of it needs to be... It needs to be...
Because every other song, there's been a slight effect I've put on each of the solos, and every song we've done, some greater, less than another. So I'll put on just a wee smidgen of something that just gives it a wee bit of life, and then we'll see how that decays when it stops, so it's not this abrupt kind of end.
Yeah.
Because that's built into mix. All that's done with that mix there was just, again, singing that, just to say, well, here's what this melody sounds like. Here's what it would sound like with these type of harmonies. And the bass guitar, the only thing I treated was the bass guitar, where I just put it through some compression just so that everything's the same level, nothing spikes on the bass. So the bass is the only thing I've really kind of treated. Everything else is just pretty much as is. The drums, I've treated the drums as well. The drums, so that the snares are hitting, the bass is hitting.
Okay.
They're kind of almost sounding kind of good. I'll match them to other songs.
The intro is brilliant.
There's more to go on. I want more kind of higher ones there, like the first demo we done.
But it's the impact of when the riff comes in. There's so much going on in the intro, and I don't know if it's a volume. Again, another volume thing. Whether it's competing for space, because when the that should be here.
Yes. No, well, that is. All those voices that are there are probably that wee bit too loud. Also, I'll put on a production-y thing just when your jump it starts. Again, using the old trick, maybe a backward cymbal, but something that's just jump and bring it in. Something that just triggers your mind. Here it comes, bang.
Yeah, that's a good one. I can see how that would work. You would go, oh, there's a riff.
So it's just something that brings it in. So it's going to be that backward cymbal hit. I might put on a big orchestral bass drum, a big. I've used it in a couple of other songs. You don't know it's there, but it just gives it bang. There's like resonance. If you play it loud, you feel it. So maybe have that. So when you hit that first note in the riff, you get.
That's a great idea.
You realise that it works, and you're like,
I've heard it on headphones when I've listened to songs in the past that I know, songs I know well, and then I've put headphones on and listened to them and holy crap, where's this sonic boom coming from?
What's going on here? Things like that in the right place, just to get the ear. And it might even be the guitar, because that's the problem with the last one, was getting the balance where, we want the keyboards up because we want to hear exactly what they're playing. But it's the more we've got on it, everyone's fighting for space. So you want to be able to hear the riff. The songs are guitar driven. You need to hear the riff, and that's what drives it. You don't want to lose that. To the ear, it's guitars. You're hearing guitars, and then voice is telling its wee story, and everything else is filling it out. So we don't want to lose the impact of the guitars. If anything, we want to enhance them more, because that's meat. It's going to meat, that we need. I think.
I think. There we go. Hey, so this stupid riff, because it's a timing thing, because it's called open bounce, because obviously I'm going, everything's open strings. So it's quite hard to be consistent with the rhythm every time you're going and then double it. But I have.
Yeah.
And I also added in because Why not, right? So it goes. Does that, and it. Right. Here's the thing: if you don't like that, it's fine. We can leave it out. It originally did this.
Right. Okay.
That was all good.
That was what we're doing was great. So yeah.
So it's either
or both. But not whatever you want. The second thing, the tapping thing's good.
That would work actually. Like the
when I say both, what I meant was that maybe the riff in the first kind of verse bit.
I see.
The tap, and then the second verse you do something slightly different.
Well, that's a cool idea actually. So first time round, because it plays twice before there's any singing. So first time round, just keep it, and then finish with the flourish.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. After when I finish, because then we're into. Right, we're into that bit. I just let the open note ring, so I just went, and I've let both takes just. I just did that, so you can fade that out, and then it got to a point where I just went,
right.
So you can either keep that in because it might. You could either maybe drop the volume of it so that there's an underlying drone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right, kind of cool, or just fade it out to fucking. That's it done.
and if the collapse, you go, if it lands on a beat, it could actually be something to use. We'll see how it sits. Or
no, I rhythmically did it on the next set.
So as long as it's not too loud, it could actually be something that would enhance the rhythm of the track. So see, yeah.
I think I might play that.
I've been a busy boy.
That's new. So this will have the tap.
Great, that's great. And again, with something like that, just keeping the drums in the simple side, I suppose. Just keeping it, just stomping the whole thing along.
Yeah, I think.
And again, if it comes up with a wee flash of genius, then fine, we use it. But I think simple, just stomping along nicely. You do your thing.
So that's one guitar part.
And maybe keep it that simple so the guitar's slightly on one side, the keyboard slightly on the other, bass in the middle, me singing. Keep it as bare as that so that when everything comes in.
Yeah, guitar's got a wee bit of flange or something on it.
We don't always need to go, guitar left, guitar right. You can just have a guitar sitting there and then.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, totally. Have you ever heard this?
I like the time signature, whatever was going on there. I don't know if you've sent it to me.
You hear that keyboard pop?
Yeah. That's the kind of time signature I like, something clever like that. The Dave Matthews Band kind of thing. That's good.
I guess I'm a progressive here though.
Can I go from a Dave Matthews Band to Van Halen and back to Dave Matthews Band again? It's pretty good.
I tell you what, I'll send it to you. I'll just MP3 it and send you.
Send it.
You can have a listen because it is a bit that I was probably going through I was probably thinking Dream Theater. There's a lot of changes here. It goes a bit off the wall. The original track, if I can find it. And then the run. And this was hard. I found this hard, Andy. So you got the run, right? The difficult bit seemingly would be. But then I was going. Right, so it's because of where my fingers were lying. I was like, I was using my first finger. I was going, and that. How the fucking bends with their first finger? So yeah, I quickly changed it. And then the tapping bit, which I did wonder how that would go down, but you guys haven't said a thing about the bit that I thought you would have mentioned, which is which I love that bit. But I thought you guys would have totally called me out on that tapping run bit.
No, again, the fact that I've been silent is because there's nothing to comment on. It's like that's brilliant. Let's focus on the bit. You know, it's not even, to me, it didn't even need looked at. It was just like, that's a given. You know?
Yeah, it's the fact I put a little blue note in, so you've got, and then you've got, which is a bit odd. It's a bit.
Sounds good though. It sounds all right. It sounds good.
If you're familiar with the workings of George Lynch from Dokken. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, and then that's pretty much it. The run at the end is actually quite hard as well. Getting it, because you know what happens when you're recording, what your brain sort of kind of goes, right, we're nearly there, there's only 3 notes left.
Yeah. Oh, I fucked it up.
What about that fucking slide? So you've got to go, and so a lot of times that's exactly what will happen. I'll go, I'll fucking hit the note before it. So, but I love recording. I love putting that stuff down. I love working at it, and keep playing and getting it right.
Well, this is the saddest part for me is see when we do the last tune and we've kind of done the last mix and we're all happy and it's all done. But that's the bit I hate. So, but it still gets good because then we need to go in and learn and play it for real and then play it live. So that's all good as well. But I love the process of just recording and writing, and when it finishes, I feel a bit sad. No, I enjoy it.
Also, so there's I totally agree. Then it's done. Then we've got to learn them. Like all those solos I've been doing, I've got to then go back and probably relearn them.
And that seems weird coming from the fact that you've written it and you've played it, but you still need to learn it. It's a weird one. But anyway.
I write it, I record it, and I probably don't really play it again. I move on to the next song, and then I forget.
Nature of the beast, that's how it is. Yep.
But luckily, I'm listening to the song, and you're playing it over and over and over. I know the solos now. When I hear the song coming up, I go, "Oh, I know how this solo goes." Mm. In my head, I don't know the fingering particularly spot on, but I know the music of the solo.
A couple of runs and it's there. You know how it's going to sound.
You know how the electric sounds.
Hear it in here. Yeah. I do the same when I'm writing. It's like, okay, or I'll write it on just the guitar, not plugged in. Just taking it. I know how it's going to sound when you put the distortion on, and then you plug in. Here we go. So I mostly written by it.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Right then, I shall go. You can go and speak to Marty about your solo.
Aye.
Get the gloves on. Right, come on.
I'm away. I'm going to go play some Doom.
It's like out of office. I'm
just going to say it.
Stevie's offline for 3 days. Right, do it.
See you later then.
See you later on.
Bye.